What are the key skills required in your job?
Answer the phone.
Answer the phone.
I always, since I've been selling for a long time, the key is somebody calls, you need to answer the phone. If you don't answer the phone, they can call somebody else, um, or not call back, or not answer your call. So I think that's, and then along with that is following up. Right, when people need something or ask questions, it's you have to follow up and you have to be diligent in that in that world.
Okay. So number 2, what do you need to know about the products or services in order to succeed in sales?
Well, you have to know enough to be able to identify that there's something you can sell the person. So when I've been in this tech world for 8 years, first year it took me a year to understand what we were selling, and then I was able, I think, to start to sell what we sold. And it sounds weird, but there's a lot, and you need to know enough in order to say, yeah, we can help you with that, and then start the get the technical people involved.
Okay. So what type of products are you focused on selling?
I sell services, consulting services, and managed services, as well as Microsoft licensing, Azure consumption, as well as consulting services around all those products.
Okay. So how would you say professional selling has changed over the years?
Uh, it's well over since COVID. It's definitely been remote. I have clients who I haven't even met yet that we landed during COVID, and you weren't going out to see them or interact with them. It's definitely gotten less personal over those years, and more definitely more need-based stuff. It's a little less relationship and more just transactional.
Okay. So how do you deal with those relationships then, since they're not as personal?
Well, you got to try to make them personal. Again, you stay in touch. You talk. You schedule monthly meetings to review, make sure they're getting what they need from my team and from our company. And now that we've started to open up, I went last week to see a client in North Jersey who we landed during the pandemic who I never met. So met him for the first time, and and just to try to stay in touch and identify more stuff.
Okay, so there's more travel, you'd say, that's involved too with it?
Yeah, there's in my business it's about the relationships. It's about being with people, and getting to know them, and understanding what they need and being able to provide what they're looking for. So I definitely have to go see clients. I do lunches, I do dinners. It's actually not a bad gig.
Okay, so how would you prepare for a call with a new customer?
I would know. I'm looking for how many people work there. If I know anyone, like again, since I'm more all sales are relationship. But so I'm trying to figure out if anybody knows this person that I know. I use LinkedIn pretty heavily, and then again normally when you're pre-sales, you kind of know what they're looking for. So make sure that I have the right technical people to answer and talk about what this person's looking for, because you kind of have an idea of what they need.
Okay, so how would you decide or not if you should work or pursue that client?
Well, I think it's every client you pursue until you stop, or every prospect. You want everybody to be a client, but when you stop pursuing, is either when you could not sell what you were trying to sell, obviously, or the other side is not interacting. Right, they're not returning your calls. We call it, they go dark, right? Yeah. They stop answering your emails, not returning your calls. It's kind of pretty evident that you're not going to sell anything to these people. There's no, oh, I'm going to sell this to these guys, but not to these guys. I'll sell it to anybody, if they want to buy it. But normally it's their decision to say, I don't want to work with you guys, or we don't have the right solution for that.
Okay, and finally, what's your least and your most favorite part of working in sales?
Well, they're both related, right? Obviously, anybody who does this for a living, their favorite part is winning, right? Winning a deal, closing a deal, getting a sale. That's what we do it for. And the least favorite part is two parts, right? Not winning the deal, like that stinks. You work hard to to develop the relationships and try to make the sale. So that's the one thing. But the other thing is losing a client because maybe your team or you didn't deliver what they were looking for. I think they're the two hardest. Obviously losing the deal, but after winning a client that takes time and energy to get, maybe not delivering or just not working out properly, that's where that's a tough part of the job as well.
Okay. And then do you maintain these relationships in time? How long would you say?
Oh yeah. That's really my job. So I've been at this company 8 years. I've had clients for 6 years. I picked up a client who's been with us for 15 years who, just kind of a they needed a new account executive, but yeah, that's my job. My job is to ensure that they're getting what they need, taking them to lunch, taking them to games, building the relationships, taking them out to, dinner, even getting to know my wife or family, just to get it, become, you want to try to become friends, and so where they're comfortable and they want to maintain and do more business.
Okay, great. Well, thank you. I guess that's it for today, unless there's any other information you would like to give.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.